Congratulations, today is day 7. 7 days of yoga, 7 days of your life transformation, and 7 days on this journey to a new healthy life. So for those of you here in Baltimore, I'm still expecting to see you in class at the studio. And for those of you at home, this is for your off days or for your gentle days. Or if you can't be here with me in Baltimore or you don't have a yoga studio close by, this is your time to establish a home practice. Okay, so if you haven't done your sun salutations today, go back to day 3, do 5 Surya Namaskara A, and then join us for our balancing work. Today we will be working on balancing poses. A lot of it comes from your core. So your center of gravity is just in front of, just anterior of your sacrum. So I want you to really think about that point right here in your pelvic bowl and drawing that in. So engage your core a lot. Now with balance, sometimes if you need a wall, use a wall. It's perfectly fine. But I want you to engage your core, stand, spread your toes really wide, and pick up your, I'm mirroring you, pick up your right foot, okay? So pick that right knee up and then play around with your hips. So our hip's gonna wanna hike naturally. I want you to push that hip down and keep it down. Spread the 4 corners of your feet and feel your right foot firmly planted in the ground. Okay, now keep your hands at your waist. That's just a little reminder to engage Uddiyana Bandha right here, pulling up and in, and squeeze your shoulder blades back and together, and your elbows will come back. Okay, so now we're just gonna play around with our hip flexors a little bit. Raise your knee up just an inch or so and then lower it back down. Raise your knee up and then lower it down, and raise your knee up and lower it down. Now hold it here and just breathe. Notice your balance on this foot. 1, find a focal point. 2, 3, 4, and 5. And release, lower that leg down. Okay, so then we'll switch sides. So you're spreading the toes of your standing foot. I want you to feel the arch of your foot lift. Even if you're flat-footed, you imagine that that arch is lifting up. And then raise your knee. Okay, so again, play around with your hips. Notice if your hip wants to hike. Notice if one side is stronger than the other. Elbows back, belly pulls in, center of gravity. And then raise that knee up a little, lower it down. Raise it up, lower it down. Raise it up, lower it down. One more time. And then hold here for 5 breaths. 1, 2, use a wall if you need it, it's okay. 3, 4, and 5. Release, lower that leg down. Okay, now depending on your hamstrings, some of you will be able to raise your leg, you'll hold on to your toe. Others might be using a strap. So straps are really good for that. If you wanted to lasso your foot, you could also do that and lasso your foot. And others will be working just with your knee right here. So whatever variation you are taking, go ahead and grab onto your right big toe, extend your leg or your strap, if you have your knee. Okay? And then start to lift that leg up higher toward the sky. Now draw your navel in and keep your back muscles working. So squeeze your shoulder blades back and together. Start to hinge forward. Eventually your chin will touch your shin. Eventually, maybe. And breathe. So balance is like anything else. The more we practice it, the better we get. Stand tall, take your leg out toward the side. We're opening up that hip joint. Externally rotate that leg. And then look over your opposite shoulder. So you find a new focal point, a new drishti. Bring that leg back in toward the center. You can take a little bow over the leg if that feels okay. And then stand tall, hold your leg out there. Engage your quads, draw your belly in, lift your chest. I know it's a lot. And breathe. The more we practice, the better we get. And when we stumble, that's when we learn. And then release your leg. Okay, give your legs a little shake. So try the other side. Left leg, bring it up. Okay, grab your big toe, your knee, or a strap. You can use a towel or whatever. If you have your big toe, you extend your leg. Okay, now start to raise that leg. So here there's the length in your hamstrings. Hinge forward, but keep your back muscles working. Inhale as you rise up. Now take that leg out to the side. Notice I'm leading with my toes, not with my heel. I want to open up the hip joint and look over the opposite shoulder. Be strong and solid in your standing leg. It's like a tree rooted down into the ground. Inhale, come back to the center. Exhale, fold forward over your leg, and inhale, stand tall. Point your toes, engage your quads, shoulders back, belly in, breathe. And then release. Give your legs a little shake. Okay, tree pose. So tree pose is one where we'll work in different levels. So here our foot might be down toward the ground, okay? So I can keep the ball of my foot on the ground and my heel up toward my ankle. I can come up a little higher, or I can come up above my knee joint. We just don't want to be at the knee joint. Okay, so either above or below the knee joint. Open up your hip, hands to your heart. Use a wall if you need a wall. And remember, it's just yoga. So we're just practicing balance and stillness. Your hands, you can take them lots of different places. If you want, you can interlace your fingers, push down and then push up. Slide your shoulder blades down your back. You could take your hands behind your ears, open up your chest. Take one more breath. Bring your hands to your heart. Lower your leg down. Okay, so same thing, other side. So your left foot will come up. So again, you can keep it low, high, or even higher. Just not at your knee joint. Make sure that that hip is nice and open. Hands to your heart. Maybe you want to try something else. Just reach your arms up. Maybe you want to open them up. Slide your shoulder blades down your back. Feel a lot of expansion, a lot of growth. Don't forget about your standing foot. Spread those toes wide. And then bring your hands to your heart. Lower your leg back down. Good. Give your legs a nice little shake, shake, shake. For dancer pose, this is a back bend. And we're going to start with our knees together. You'll grab the inside arch of your back foot. Okay, knees glued together, raise the opposite arm up and glue your biceps to your ear. So here I want you to start with kicking that leg up. A lot of times in dancer we'll end up opening up our hips. I want you to focus on keeping your hips square to the floor or the wall in front of you. So you kick that leg up, kick, kick, kick. And then you may start to hinge forward a little bit, but you don't have to. So you feel a stretch in your hip flexors and in your quads, and feel grounded in your standing leg. You don't have to stay long, it can just be a few breaths. Switch sides. Okay, so bend that knee, grab the inner arch of your foot, glue your knees together, get your adductors working. Other arm comes up, glue it to your biceps, or biceps to your ear, and start to kick that leg back. And then notice your standing foot. So it may want to, like mine right now, really wants to supinate. Really want to take that weight and evenly distribute it throughout my foot. And then release. So with balancing, like anything else, the more we do it, the better we get. So we want to practice balancing poses every day, and that can be incorporated into getting dressed, getting ready for work or for school, getting kids' meals done, doing the dishes on one foot, whatever it is. But try to add a little bit of balance into your daily life, and a little mindfulness too. All right, good job. Week number 1 is over. I will see you tomorrow to start week 2. Namaste.